Hello there, YouTube lovely people from the world. Welcome to another video by me. I do not know why I'm talking in this ridiculous voice, but I kind of enjoy it. Oh dear. Hey, how are you doing? It's Tom. Hey guys, so as promised, here's another video, a kind of a follow-up to the one about depression, even though that was the most ridiculously unserious introduction ever. But hey, you probably need to smile, don't you, if you're feeling depressed? So hopefully I can just be a goofball and maybe lift your spirits a bit. Talking of which, look, I have a new background, a nice kind of velvety drape. Velvety drape. Yes, I know what you're thinking. It looks like something that your grandmother would wear, but hey, I found it in the loft and it looked shiny and cool and interesting, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make this video, I'm gonna add some sparkle to this video. I'm gonna add some spice, in this fast internet-paced world of ours, you gotta do some things to keep up. And I thought, wow, this is gonna really get the views. Oh yeah, this is gonna get them watching. So there we go. Who knows, maybe I'll change my background for every video, keep you on your toes, and who knows what's gonna be next. Oh my god, it's gonna be so crazy, you're just not gonna know what to do. You're gonna be on tenterhooks. You can tell I'm in a good mood today, can't you? I think I've eaten too many sugary things, and my blood sugar level's gone spiked, and now I'm hyper. Anyway, so we talked about depression in the last video. Oh, by the way, thank you for all of the amazing comments. I have loved reading through them. I was blown away by how many comments there was on that video. I guess there's a lot of depressed INFJs out there. So I'm sorry to hear that, but at the same time, thank you for commenting on my video. It's really great. But depression, it seems to be something that goes with the territory of being an INFJ, and I've been thinking quite a lot about this and trying to figure out why. So I'm not sure if this video is going to be so helpful as a, hey, this is what you need to do to get out of depression. I mean, there's loads of videos on the internet about how to get out of general depression. I mean, I would say exercise is the most amazing thing you can do to combat depression. Whenever I'm feeling down or depressed, and I know that the thing that sucks about depression is you have no motivation to do anything, even exercise. But if I can just exercise for like 5 minutes a day at least, and then the next day do 10 minutes a day, by the end of a week of just slowly ramping it up like that, like my depression has fallen by like 50-60%, it's amazing. It's the best antidepressant is exercise. So I'll just chuck that in there if you are feeling really down. Go on YouTube and just search like fun exercises, just beginner 10-minute cardio. There's so many great guys and girls out there making really fun, entertaining videos, and then like having someone that motivates you along, it really helps. So yeah, that's my how to combat depression tip right there. But coming back to being a bit more INFJ specific, like I said, I think there has to be a reason why INFJs seem to suffer from depression a lot, and there's a hell of a lot of reasons. Let's be honest, it's not easy being the rarest MBTI type, the rarest personality type, the rarest of the rare, whatever. Yeah, I know, special snowflakes as we are, but it is hard. It is hard, when you so what's the word? So rarely come across other people in life who share your kind of point of view or who kind of really get you. It does feel quite isolating, and it's a constant battle, and it's a constant battle that we have with ourselves as well. I know, personally, I spent so long trying to second guess myself and figure myself out. It's like a puzzle. And like I said, in the video about depression for INFJs, that's when things can get confusing for us, when we try and, take this way of looking at the world and figuring stuff out, when we try and do that to ourselves, and we can just get so tangled up. And it's ironic because usually we're so good at being able to help other people, we're so good at being able to get other people, we're so good at being able to kind of figure out what's going on with another person, offer advice. Yet when we try and do it ourselves, it's usually we just get completely tied up in ourselves, and then we feel pretty down. But
what I came up with is this. The reason, and I'm not saying it is the central reason, but it's a huge reason that I think we struggle in life, being the ultimate kind of square peg, trying to fit ourselves into round holes, is because we take on the same methodologies, the same ideologies, and the same traditional ways of going through life that are taught to us by society. And we take these messages on, and we take on these these meanings, and we try and attribute them to our own life, but it doesn't work, because we don't live in a society or in a culture or even in a world that has been built for INFJs. You know, it hasn't even been built for NFs or introverts. It has been, especially Western civilization, it is very focused on extroverted ideals. It's very focused on the here and now, and status and things and success and all of that kind of stuff. And I can appreciate that in bits, but it doesn't give me my meaning. You know, I don't find a great meaning from that kind of stuff, you know, and I'm sure that neither do you. So we can put ourselves into the world, and we can work our butt off trying to follow these, you know, these furrows that have been made by other people, and we can try and follow them, but we do not find a sense of fulfillment by doing that. We do not find a meaning through doing that. You know, I don't believe as INFJs we have come here to take from society, to take from life. We haven't come here to get our meaning and our fulfillment and our satisfaction from taking the money, from taking the success, from taking the status, from taking whatever it may be that is traditionally kind of held aloft by society as meaning that you have acquired fulfillment by the laws of how our world works. I think what INFJs are here to do is to actually show people new ways of living, to show new ideas, to actually bring something from the inside out. You know, that is what we're here to do. That's why we have our makeup. That's why we have NI as our dominant, to be able to perceive these new ideals, to be able to see things in a different light, to be able to really see other ways of doing things that other people haven't been able to recognize. And then through our extroverted feeling, we know exactly how to put those out into the world in a way that other people are going to understand. So it's not just going to be abstract. We know how to talk to people on their level. And if we don't live in a way where we're utilizing that personal strength of ours, our creative energy, our life energy, whatever you want to call it, you know, it gets blocked, it gets stifled, and suddenly we can't find happiness or meaning or fulfillment anymore. We keep on trying to fill ourselves up through getting things from the external world, whether that's giving ourselves away to other people to try and get their approval, or to try and make them happy, or by doing the traditional, you know, career routes, the traditional trying to make money, traditional saving up for a car to look flashy, whatever. Doesn't really do anything for us. And so we're left with this strange sensation that so much of what is continually thrown at us by society doesn't really do anything. It doesn't light us up. It doesn't go, we're like, wow, yes, that's great, that I just need to do that. And that is why it's so easy to get downhearted, because if you have lived a life where you've continually tried to fit yourself in to this society, then you have been the square peg trying to push themselves into the round hole again and again and again. And as you get older, you start to get tired of this constant sense of dissatisfaction that arises, because we're so idealistic and we're so future orientated that we can get so excited in our minds about a new experience, a new job, a new relationship, a new friendship, a new person, a new venture, whatever it is. And usually those things can never meet up our expectations, so we feel disappointed. And if we continue to rely on external things meeting our expectations, we will continually be disappointed. So I think that is one of the central core underlying reasons that leads to INFJs getting down and getting depressed, you know, is this this trying to live by this external paradigm. So the answer is to try and reverse it and realize that you want to try and start working in a way where instead of going into the world and trying to take to find your fulfillment, start to put something into the world, start to bring something new. And the most important thing that a person needs to be able to do this is to learn how to trust themselves. And I think the biggest issue of INFJs is they have grown up learning to distrust themselves, because every message from society and maybe even your parents has been trying to force you into doing things that are not naturally your way of going about and doing them. They don't match up to your natural inherent strengths as an INFJ. So you need to start to relearn. You need to start to retrust in what you've already known, you know? And that is the most important thing for an INFJ to do. And when an INFJ starts walking in that direction, even if it means you have to turn away from everybody else and walk in that direction on your own, that is when you're going to start to find the thing that will light you up again, that passion, that purpose, whatever it may be. And it might be something that's so specific, and it usually will, because we are very specific about what we like. But you need to find what just makes you feel like you're on fire, and then find a way to leverage it so you can start to put it out into the world. And that will start to free you up again. I swear, like it's a thing that we have to find. And I'm still, you know, I think sometimes I'm very close to finding this, and sometimes I have some success with it. Other times it feels like it's a million miles away. But I'm just reminding myself of this every day now, to try and just combat the ways, the old rusty ways that have been conditioned into my head that usually push myself to disappointment every time. So that's what I trust now, and I believe that is what an INFJ needs to do to start to lift themselves out of long-term depression. Of course, there might be other reasons, but I think a lot of those reasons, maybe emotional reasons, kind of derive from this more underlying reason that you don't trust yourself as a person anymore, and you don't trust what you should be doing in life anymore. So there we go. That's what I think. And this video's probably gone for way long, so I better say bye and leave it. Anyway, if you've liked this video, and if you have found it helpful, and if you'd like me to continue making videos, which I hope to do, I want to keep on rolling them out, and I've got a lot to talk about, more about depression, more about anxiety, and about mental health. I've got a lot to say about those things, amongst other things. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and I shall see you very, very soon. Alright? Have a good one. Bye bye.